African savannah, a vast and unforgiving arena where every sunrise marks the beginning of another battle for survival. Here, hunger drives every decision, and danger waits in every direction, hidden among the endless grasslands. In this relentless world, even the smallest or seemingly weakest prey refuses to surrender without a fight. Powerful horns, crushing hooves, and astonishing endurance can transform a desperate escape into a deadly counterattack. In the blink of an eye, the hunter can become the hunted, and a single mistake may prove fatal. Among the countless prey species that roam Africa's wild landscapes, which one do you think presents the greatest challenge for its predators? Share your answer in the comments and join us as we uncover one of nature's most extraordinary struggles for survival. Greatest battles when prey fights back. For more than a decade, relentless drought has gripped this ancient wilderness. The once mighty Ruaha River has withered into scattered pools, forcing every living creature, predator and prey alike, toward the few remaining sources of water. In this suffocating heat, survival becomes a dangerous contest played on shrinking ground. For the Elia pride, starvation is no longer a distant possibility, but a daily reality. Hunger pushes even experienced hunters toward desperate decisions. Today, they dare to challenge one of Africa's most formidable giants, the giraffe. At first glance, a giraffe appears vulnerable. Towering legs and an extraordinarily high center of gravity make steep slopes and rocky terrain difficult to navigate. Its long limbs are designed for speed and stability across open plains, not for climbing uneven ground. Even with a longer run, its broad hooves struggle to find secure footing, limiting both traction and agility on steep inclines. Sensing the disadvantage, the giraffe abandons the direct route and chooses a longer, safer path. But the lions recognize an opportunity. A fully grown giraffe represents an astonishing reward, hundreds of kilograms of meat, capable of sustaining an entire pride for days. Yet that reward is protected by one of the most dangerous defensive arsenals in the African savannah. Far from being merely an elegant feature, the giraffe's neck is a devastating weapon. During battles between rival males, contests known as necking, opponents swing their massive necks like sledgehammers, generating tremendous force. Their horn-like ossicones become heavy clubs aimed at vulnerable areas of the body, and these violent duels can inflict severe injuries or even prove fatal. The victors earn dominance, territory, and breeding rights. If that is not enough, the giraffe possesses an even more feared defense, its kick. Powered by extraordinarily muscular hindquarters and delivered through legs nearly 2 meters long, a single kick can shatter bones, crush a lion's skull, or fatally injure almost any predator reckless enough to venture within range. Against such power, even Africa's apex hunters proceed with caution. A single well-placed strike can end not only a hunt, but an entire dynasty. Before the pride can dream of bringing down such a giant, however, they must first survive another unforgiving day. The temperature climbs toward 50 degrees Celsius. Heat radiates from the baked earth, draining strength with every passing minute. Yet no lion dares lose focus. Their next meal depends entirely on patience, perfect timing, and absolute coordination. Then, everything falls apart. One impatient male breaks cover too early. The ambush collapses before it truly begins. Driven by relentless drought and constant predation, the prey of Ruaha have become increasingly vigilant and increasingly willing to fight back. The lions turn their attention to a more familiar target. A zebra. Its defense is deceptively simple, yet astonishingly powerful. Massive muscles concentrated in the hindquarters channel explosive force into a pair of hardened hooves capable of delivering bone-shattering blows. The zebra refuses to surrender. For a predator that depends on powerful jaws to suffocate its prey, a single broken jaw is effectively a death sentence. Unable to hunt, a lion may slowly starve despite surviving the encounter. Every confrontation becomes a gamble where the hunter risks everything. So what truly is the lion's most dangerous prey? Share your thoughts in the comments if another species deserves that title. For now, we return to the Alia pride. The migrating wildebeest thunder across the plains, while the lions shift their attention once more. For thousands of years, these tireless travelers have crossed East Africa's vast grasslands in one of the greatest wildlife migrations on Earth. Constant pursuit by predators has shaped not only their endurance, but also their courage. Suddenly, a wildebeest twists with astonishing speed. The lioness misses. Another hunt ends in failure. Every unsuccessful chase comes at a tremendous cost. Extreme heat, dehydration, exhaustion, and the rapid buildup of lactic acid push the lions dangerously close to their physical limits. In this climate, the environment itself can become as deadly as any rival predator. While one pride struggles to survive, another succeeds. A rare successful hunt briefly rewards its persistence. Yet every successful attack teaches the prey another lesson. Generation after generation, wildebeest have learned that hesitation can be fatal. Many choose to charge directly toward the threat, using their powerful shoulders, sharp horns, and sheer momentum to force predators onto the defensive. In the African savannah, every hunt reshapes both hunter and hunted. The prey become bolder, the predators grow more desperate. And every animal that survives understands one unbreakable truth. On these unforgiving plains, Survival belongs not to the strongest, but to those willing to use every weapon nature has given them, if only to live one more day. Lions are far from the only predators forced to endure the fury of their prey. Among Africa's herbivores, few defensive weapons are as feared as the zebra's kick. Powered by massive hindquarter muscles and delivered through compact, rock-hard hooves, a single strike can generate tremendous force, enough to discourage even the most determined predator. The impact is powerful enough to knock down a full-grown wildebeest with one well-placed blow. During territorial disputes between rival stallions, those same kicks can fracture jaws, shatter bones, and inflict devastating injuries. Their defensive power is no less dangerous to fellow zebras than it is to predators. Not even the cheetah, the fastest land predator on Earth, is immune. A zebra foal may appear to be an easy target, but appearances are deceptive. The stallion immediately positions himself between the cheetah and the foal, transforming his own body into a living shield. Rather than relying solely on brute force, zebra families coordinate their movements, constantly placing adults between vulnerable youngsters and approaching predators. For a cheetah capable of reaching speeds of over 100 kilometers per hour, colliding with an adult zebra could end its hunting career in an instant. Even a minor injury can prove fatal for a predator, whose survival depends entirely on speed. And even if the hunt succeeds, another challenge awaits: the fierce determination of a mother. Maternal instinct transforms even peaceful herbivores into fearless defenders, willing to confront predators many times more powerful than themselves. Across Ruaha, prey animals refuse to surrender without resistance. They struggle violently to wrench themselves free from the jaws of lions, bite back at hyenas with astonishing determination, and lash out at crocodiles lurking along the riverbanks. Sometimes they escape one predator only to find another waiting nearby, turning every attempt at survival into a desperate battle against overwhelming odds. Yet even in these seemingly hopeless moments, nature occasionally produces astonishing reversals, acts of courage that appear to defy instinct itself. For the Alia pride, every hunt has become more than a search for food. Every prey animal now fights with extraordinary determination, because defeat means extinction for one side and survival for the other. With few alternatives remaining, the pride once again turns its attention toward the giant, the giraffe. Bringing down an adult giraffe requires flawless teamwork and precise timing. The safest opportunity comes at point-blank range, where a perfectly executed ambush may prevent the towering herbivore from unleashing its devastating kicks. Every lioness carefully selects her position before the relay hunt begins. powerful legs allow giraffes to reach speeds exceeding 55 kilometers per hour, while their highly efficient cardiovascular and respiratory systems enable them to sustain that pace far longer than lions can. Lions, by contrast, are built for explosive acceleration rather than endurance, with their tremendous bursts of speed lasting only a matter of seconds before exhaustion rapidly sets in. The giraffe instinctively exploits this advantage by turning the landscape itself into a weapon. It leads the pride into dense woodland, weaving between twisted tree trunks where visibility is limited and coordinated attacks become nearly impossible. The uneven terrain robs the lions of their acceleration, while forcing them to constantly adjust their pursuit. The first assault collapses completely. Without hesitation, the pride changes strategy, shifting its attention toward what appears to be an easier target, a mother giraffe accompanied by her newborn calf. But appearances are once again deceptive. The mother immediately places herself between the lions and her calf, using her towering body as an almost impenetrable wall. Every step she takes forces the predators to remain within range of her crushing hind legs, while the calf instinctively stays beneath the safest place imaginable, its mother's protection. The lions wait patiently, hoping fatigue or panic will create an opening, but it never comes. A mother does not abandon her young, yet despite all its remarkable strength, the giraffe possesses a hidden vulnerability. Sooner or later, the lions will discover it. But not today. For now, the Alia pride remains locked in an exhausting contest of patience, precision, and survival against one of Africa's most formidable giants. First, one lioness quietly slips away to establish the perfect ambush position. The rest of the pride begins the chase, driving the towering giraffe toward the hidden hunter. It is a carefully coordinated strategy, where every lion has a precise role to play. But the attack does not unfold as planned. One devastating kick lands with tremendous force, crushing the lioness's chest or shattering her spine. A single mistake has turned the hunt into a tragedy. For the Alia pride, this is a loss greater than any they have suffered so far. On the unforgiving plains of Ruaha, recklessness is punished without mercy. Every failed hunt carries a price, but losing an experienced huntress is a blow the pride can scarcely afford. The Alia pride has lost an irreplaceable hunter. Now every surviving lioness turns her attention to the next generation. A young female cub has lived in complete secrecy, while the pride carefully concealed her scent from wandering predators. Today, alongside her siblings, she finally joins the rest of the pride. Surrounded by at least 4 experienced lionesses, the cub enters what should be one of the safest places on the savannah, a living fortress built from family. Every lioness in the pride is raising cubs of her own. During the harsh dry season, the youngsters constantly demand milk, but their mothers cannot feed them whenever they please. Nursing usually takes place only after the day's fiercest heat has passed, conserving precious energy for both mother and cub. Until they are about 8 weeks old, the cubs rely entirely on their mother's milk. Yet these lionesses do not raise their offspring alone. The cubs are nurtured communally, forming bonds that will eventually shape the hunting partnerships, upon which the future of the pride depends. But predators are not the only danger threatening the cubs. An even greater threat lurks beyond the territory's borders. Nomadic males roaming the outskirts, searching for any sign of weakness. If these outsiders overthrow the pride's dominant male, the consequences are brutal. They will kill every cub sired by the previous ruler, forcing the lionesses back into estrus and giving the newcomers the opportunity to establish a bloodline of their own. Infanticide is one of the harshest realities of lion society, driven not by cruelty, but by evolutionary strategy. The huntresses of the Aelia pride cannot allow that to happen. Every successful hunt, every defended territory, and every sacrifice is made to preserve the dynasty. Their cubs must learn to survive quickly if the pride is to endure. That journey begins by surviving Ruaha's relentless drought and securing enough prey to feed the family. Yet, each passing day brings new challenges, and the struggle grows ever more demanding. Enduring the scorching heat is a battle in itself. Unlike humans, lions cannot sweat. Without sweat glands, they regulate their body temperature by panting, releasing excess heat with every rapid breath. For that reason, the remaining waterholes become indispensable. They offer relief from the oppressive heat, a chance to quench an unbearable thirst, and perhaps most importantly, the perfect location to ambush thirsty prey. But the water's edge is never truly safe. Hundreds of African buffalo gather here, a living wall of muscle, heavy shoulders, and razor-sharp horns. Together, they form one of the most formidable defensive forces on the African savannah, capable of standing their ground against even a pride of lions. Stalking an entire herd of African buffalo is an audacious gamble. Rather than confronting the herd head-on, the Aelia pride searches for a weakness, a vulnerable calf. The first objective is simple: create panic and scatter the herd. It is a classic isolation strategy. Amid the confusion, the weakest individual becomes separated, forced to face a starving pride alone. For a brief moment, victory seems within reach. The calf's enraged mother charges back, leading the rest of the herd with her. The lionesses are mothers themselves. They understand that few forces in nature are more formidable than a mother's determination to defend her young. The pride is forced to abandon the calf and select another target. Yet even this buffalo, weighing nearly 200 kilograms, refuses to surrender without a fight. Bringing it down requires almost every member of the pride to join the assault. The buffalo herd, however, refuses to abandon one of its own. In a coordinated counterattack, the adults surge forward as a united wall of muscle and horns. One furious charge scatters the Aelia pride in every direction. The cost is devastating. Another experienced huntress is seriously injured and will be unable to hunt for weeks. Misfortune continues to pile upon the pride. Weakened by relentless hunger and the crushing heat, the Aelia pride changes its strategy. Instead of confronting powerful herds, the lionesses split up in search of smaller, solitary prey. Less rewarding perhaps, but far safer. But the cubs cannot wait any longer. Their constant cries drown out caution and experience. Driven by desperation rather than judgment, one lioness attempts an almost impossible hunt. she launches herself at a young elephant. Even at a relatively young age, an elephant possesses thick skin, immense strength, and sheer size far beyond that of a lion. Alone, the huntress has almost no chance of succeeding. Still, she refuses to retreat. Behind her wait hungry cubs, the future of the Alia dynasty. She is willing to risk everything for them. The attempt ends in failure. There will be no meal today. Overwhelmed by the elephant's immense power, the lioness is forced to retreat. Fortunately, she escapes without serious injury. Across Ruaha, the balance of power is beginning to shift. As the lions grow weaker from hunger and repeated failures, the prey species are becoming increasingly bold and resilient. Elephants organize their societies very differently from lions, yet the two species share one important similarity. As young males reach adolescence, they are driven away from their maternal families to begin life on their own. Most eventually join other young bulls, forming bachelor groups where they develop strength, experience, and the social skills needed before competing for breeding opportunities as mature adults. But this young bull stands alone. Solitude, however, should never be mistaken for weakness. He understands exactly where his greatest advantages lie, and he knows precisely how to use them against even the African savannah's most formidable predators. The young bull charges with astonishing acceleration, his immense size belying remarkable speed. Every thunderous stride strips away what little confidence remains within the Ilia pride. As the lions retreat, desperation reaches its breaking point. When kings begin to falter, even the timid find the courage to stand against them. The cheetah presents a very different kind of predator. Every aspect of its body is engineered for speed rather than brute strength. Its lightweight skeleton and slender frame allow breathtaking acceleration, but those same adaptations leave it remarkably fragile in close combat. Ordinarily, a warthog piglet should be an easy target. Small, vulnerable, and low on the food chain, it seems destined to become another meal for Africa's great predators. Even a coalition of 3 adult male cheetahs appears more than enough to guarantee success. But this young warthog has no intention of surrendering. Driven by fearless determination, it charges directly at its attackers. Though its tusks are still developing, its reckless courage and explosive speed force the cheetahs to hesitate. Within moments, the hunters are outmaneuvered and humiliated by prey only a fraction of their size. Everything changes, however, when a cheetah coalition grows larger. A a coalition of 5 adult males is extraordinarily rare, but together they transform the balance of power across the savannah. Prey that would normally ignore a lone cheetah suddenly faces 5 coordinated hunters working as a single unit. Together they can pursue larger, stronger, and far more dangerous animals than any solitary cheetah could ever challenge. Perhaps even more importantly, they can defend their hard-earned kills. 5 disciplined males are capable of driving away competitors and can even confront an entire small clan of spotted hyenas, something almost impossible for a lone cheetah. For the Alia pride, however, hyenas remain the greatest rival. In a one-on-one confrontation, a lion is larger, heavier, and undeniably stronger. Yet the hyena possesses a weapon far more dangerous than brute force. Its strength lies in numbers. Highly organized clans combine relentless persistence with remarkable cooperation, overwhelming opponents through collective intelligence and sheer endurance rather than individual power. This rivalry has shaped both species for hundreds of thousands of years. Deep within every lioness is an instinct that recognizes the danger hyenas pose, not only to herself, but to her cubs. When the clan approaches, maternal instinct overwhelms every other consideration. The lioness chooses to stand her ground, buying precious moments for her cubs to escape. The cost of that decision is severe. A hyena's immensely powerful jaws, designed to crush bone, tear deep into the muscles of her hind leg. The injury itself is serious, but an even greater danger follows. Bacteria carried in the hyena's saliva invade the open wound, turning a painful injury into a potentially fatal infection. For any wild predator, infection can become a slow death sentence. Now the Alia pride faces yet another devastating setback. Its most experienced huntress has been gravely injured, leaving the entire dynasty more vulnerable than at any point in its struggle for survival. In your opinion, what poses the greatest threat to the survival of a lion pride? Hunger, drought, or its enemies? The relentless thirst of the dry season drives the pride ever deeper into desperation. The Alia pride wanders farther and farther, searching for new territory that is safer and more abundant with prey. But the river forms a deadly frontier, patrolled by an ancient ruler perfectly adapted to this unforgiving environment. The lionesses fight with desperate determination, yet they are powerless against the most powerful bite force on the planet. There is no hope left for the cub. The Alia dynasty has reached its lowest ebb. Relentless failed hunts, life-threatening injuries sustained while defending food and family, and one devastating loss after another have shattered the resolve of the survivors. Now, the Aelia Pride faces only two choices: rise again or perish. To survive, they need their finest hunters. Those hunters must transform the most dangerous place on the savannah, the water's edge, into a tactical weapon. This is why the lionesses, with their smaller, more agile bodies that attract far less attention than the males, serve as the dynasty's primary hunting force. But more important than individual skill is the pride's collective intelligence. It allows the Aelia Pride to coordinate a large-scale hunt targeting the vast impala herds gathered at the water's edge. The pride splits into two groups. One circles from a distance, while the other slowly tightens the trap. The water's edge was once the site of the pride's greatest tragedy, but it is also where the prey is most vulnerable. The Aelia Pride exploits that weakness flawlessly. They succeed in creating chaos, though controlling it is another challenge entirely. At last, after so much hardship, fortune smiles upon the dynasty. The prize is only a young impala, but it may become the catalyst for the pride's recovery. Hunger, however, remains relentless. The lionesses decide to face the zebras once again. After all the suffering of the past, this is the moment for the huntresses to prove themselves. They are relentless predators. Their strategy is to apply pressure from multiple directions, forcing their prey to exhaust itself as quickly as possible. The pride has learned a powerful lesson. To survive, they must rely on the lowest risk, most energy-efficient tactics available, targeting the easiest prey whenever possible. They search for signs of disease, old age, or immaturity, while also exploiting external factors such as terrain and herd structure. Working as a perfectly coordinated unit, they isolate a vulnerable individual from the protection of the herd. The Aelia Pride has finally learned how to overcome the zebra's devastating hind kick. During the dry season, the savannah shrinks around its last precious waterholes. Daytime temperatures soar beyond 35 degrees. The heat presses down like a weight. A giraffe lowers its towering neck, nearly 2 meters long, to drink. Every movement is slow, but never careless. Danger lurks beneath the surface. The Nile crocodile waits, motionless for hours, ready to strike at the smallest mistake. Nearby, a hippopotamus bares its massive jaws. With a crushing bite force of over 17,000 newtons, it defends its territory with brutal authority. Above, the African fish eagle circles high. The instant a shadow betrays a fish below, it dives. On land, the spotted hyena lingers, patient and calculating, ready to close in on any weary wanderer. Every creature here comes with a plan of its own, because in the savannah, these waterholes are more than just pools of water. They are the razor's edge between survival and loss. They set the rhythm of life itself. Now, imagine you're driving across the vast, endless grasslands. The sun scorches the earth. Every blade of grass trembles on the edge of death. Then suddenly, a waterhole appears, a beacon of hope in a barren world. Here, a dazzling gathering unfolds. Elephants, zebras, giraffes, impalas, even elusive night wanderers like the black rhinoceros. Together, they create a vivid dance of life against the harshest odds. Waterholes can form naturally or be created by human hands. Some appear in low-lying depressions, others along dry riverbeds where rare rains or underground springs leave their mark. Sometimes, it is the elephants themselves who shape them, digging into the earth with sheer strength, carving out mineral-rich pits that grow over years into lifelines for countless species. Across Africa, national parks and wildlife reserves have built artificial waterholes, ensuring animals don't have to risk deadly journeys during the brutal dry season. At Kruger National Park in South Africa, by the 1980s, hundreds of borehole-fed sites and reservoirs were created. The goal, to protect rare antelope and to guide the movements of great herds of buffalo and giraffe. Meanwhile, in Namibia's Etosha National Park, a vast land of salt pans and dust, the balance is carefully maintained. In the east, nearly 30 natural waterholes quench life. In the drier west, just 5 remain, supplemented by more than 27 man-made pools. Some of Etosha's waterholes, Okokwejo, Jumsbokvlakte, Halali, are not just gathering places for wildlife. They are icons. Lit at night, they offer a rare magical sight, the silence of the dark, broken only by the quiet steps of animals, emerging under a sky full of stars to drink from the savannah's last drops. As the first light breaks, between 5:30 and 7 in the morning, the savannah breathes a rare moment of cool relief. During the dry season, in places like the Serengeti and the Okavango, temperatures dip to just 14 to 20 degrees Celsius. The air is still, the ground has yet to heat, and the water at the holes lies crystal clear, untouched, undisturbed. This fragile hour belongs to the cautious. Small herbivores arrive early, seizing their chance before predators stir. They move like shadows, alert, precise, never lingering. A few sips, then they vanish back into cover. Every step calculated, every second measured. Among the first to appear, the springbok. They never come alone. Sometimes just a handful, sometimes dozens, each keeping distance to avoid a trap, yet close enough to share warnings with the flick of an ear, a glance, a sudden jolt. When they lower their heads, it is for mere seconds. Then heads up, ears stiff, muscles coiled. At the faintest hint of danger, the entire herd explodes into motion, vanishing like a gust of wind. And when agitated, the springbok put on a display unlike any other, leaping 2 to 3 meters into the air, backs arched, the white stripe of fur along their spine, flashing like a signal fire. This dramatic leap, pronking, is more than acrobatics. To predators it declares, "I see you." To fellow springbok it is communication, a warning, a surge of emotion, or even a display of strength, both social and biological. Every movement is calculated, nothing wasted. Footage from hidden cameras reveals they spend only moments at the waterhole, unlike zebras who linger far longer. This brevity is their shield. By minimizing risk, they reduce the chance of ambush, a survival strategy carved by evolution and sharpened by intelligence. In the savannah, even a single drink of water is a gamble with life and death. In Zimbabwe's Hwange National Park, studies reveal how the presence of lions reshapes the behavior of herbivores. Buffalo, giraffe, kudu all keep their distance from waterholes when the pride is near, especially after dark. Thirst must wait, for a single mistake could mean death. But another predator stalks these same edges, one that hunts alone. Not with speed like the cheetah, nor in numbers like the lion. The leopard. Moving silently through the tall grass, it slips between shadow and moonlight, the perfect veil for an ambush. It pauses for a quiet drink, then ascends into the branches, where its power is revealed. The leopard is no sprinter. Instead, it is a climber, gripping bark with razor claws, launching itself up to 6 meters in a single bound. Its golden eyes burn in the dark, amplified by the tapetum lucidum, nature's night vision. Monkeys stir, but their daylight eyes cannot pierce the gloom. A rustle, then silence. Panic erupts too late. The hunter descends with its midnight prize, vanishing into the brush. Leopards avoid waterholes for themselves, wary of exposure. Yet for prey, these shrinking pools are irresistible traps. Impalas, bushbucks, warthogs, all will come when thirst overpowers caution. All risk becoming a meal for the master of stealth. Patience defines the leopard. It can wait minutes for a single step closer, measuring every sound, every shift of wind, until the strike is certain. Then it launches, 60 kilometers per hour in a short burst, jaws clamping on throat or spine. What sets it apart is not only the kill, but the aftermath. With sheer strength, it drags its catch, sometimes heavier than itself, into the treetops. Here, lions, hyenas, and wild dogs cannot follow. Only the leopard feasts, alone, in silence. Adaptability is its secret. From forests to deserts, it eats almost anything. Birds, fish, antelope, even insects. In the Kalahari's arid edges, it can live off the moisture of prey. This flexibility has made it one of Africa's most enduring hunters. Yet even the phantom is under siege. Once spread across Africa and Asia, the leopard has vanished from 13 countries, pushed toward extinction in 7 more. Today, it survives in just a fraction of its former range. Strongholds in Tanzania, Namibia, Botswana, and South Africa. Tanzania holds the most, up to 10,000, haunting the Serengeti and Ngorongoro. But survival is not guaranteed. Lions kill nearly a quarter of leopards in some regions. Hyenas steal almost half their kills. Only when prey hangs in the treetops is the balance restored. The leopard remains the phantom of the savannah, elusive, adaptable, and endlessly patient, an apex predator caught between survival and decline. For centuries, the spotted hyena carried a reputation as little more than a scavenger. But modern research reveals a different truth. Up to 95% of its diet comes not from stealing, but from its own hunts. Wildebeest, buffalo calves, even the swift Thompson's gazelle can fall, not because they are weak, but because the hyena's strategy is relentless. Unlike lions or cheetahs, which rely on bursts of speed and sudden ambush, the spotted hyena is built for endurance. With massive hearts, dense muscle, and powerful hind legs, it can maintain a punishing pace of 60 kilometers an hour, long after most prey has begun to falter. The hunt is not a sprint. It is a war of attrition. Hyenas take turns leading, refusing to let their quarry rest. When exhaustion sets in, the clan closes its circle, blocking, flanking, overwhelming. Once the collapse comes, chaos erupts. Dozens of voices rise in a storm of cackles and growls. Within half an hour, a zebra's remains can be stripped down to nothing but scattered bone. And even bone is no refuge. With jaws delivering up to 4,500 newtons of force, the strongest of any land mammal, hyenas crack through the toughest marrow. Nothing is wasted. Around waterholes, where zebras, impalas, wildebeest, and kudu gather under the cover of night, hyenas don't hide. They pressure their prey as a unit, splitting into flanking groups, communicating with eerie laughs and whoops, coded signals in the dark. This precision comes from their society. Hyenas live in clans that can number up to 80, ruled not by males, but by dominant females. Larger, heavier, and hormonally primed with testosterone-like compounds, females enforce a strict matrilineal order. Their unusual anatomy even mirrors that of males, confounding early naturalists and shaping a uniquely female-dominated hierarchy. In large numbers, hyenas challenge any rival, even lions. Clans hold territories that stretch across hundreds of square kilometers, patrolling with scent marks, calls, and social alliances. Some individuals leave to found new groups, while others remain, reinforcing bonds in a web of complex interactions, rivaling primates. Adaptability is their key to survival. Hyenas eat almost anything: small mammals, birds, reptiles, insects, even human waste in villages. They endure deserts, high-altitude plateaus above 4,000 meters. The arid grasslands stretch endlessly toward the horizon, where the blazing sun scorches a vast and untamed wilderness. Here, every path is ruled by predators, and only the strongest survive. Across the open plains, the king of the savannah announces his presence with a thunderous roar, asserting his dominance alongside the pride that follows him. Yet another ruler lurks in the shadows. The eerie laughter of the hyena queen and her relentless clan echoes across the landscape, challenging the lion's authority at every opportunity. When the king rises, the clan retreats into the distance. But when the hyenas gather in overwhelming numbers, even the mighty pride can find itself fighting for survival. For millions of years, these two apex predators have been locked in an unending rivalry, each competing for territory, food, and dominance over one of the harshest environments on Earth. Their conflict raises a timeless question. Who truly reigns supreme over Africa's vast savanna? Welcome to lions versus hyenas, the ultimate clash of predators on the African savanna. The African savanna glows beneath the relentless sun, its golden grasslands shimmering with deceptive serenity. Yet beneath this peaceful facade lies a battlefield where life has been shaped by conflict since the dawn of time. The lion may wear the crown as the king of the savanna, possessing unmatched strength among its predators. But even a powerful lion can struggle against the overwhelming force of a united clan of spotted hyenas. Across the sweeping grasslands of Femida Triandra, more than 20 hyenas gather like a relentless storm, closing in on their target with remarkable coordination. Known as the laughing hyenas, spotted hyenas earned their name from the eerie calls that echo across the plains. These haunting vocalizations are more than simple communication. They intimidate rivals, strengthen group cohesion, and add relentless psychological pressure as the clan surrounds its prey. The lone lion fights with extraordinary courage, but sheer numbers soon force him into a desperate defensive stand. Then the balance shifts. Reinforcements arrive at the last possible moment. With the arrival of just one more lion, the momentum of the battle changes completely. Even the hyenas understand that numbers alone cannot always overcome strength, determination, and cooperation. The confrontation ends with a thunderous roar as the hyena clan finally retreats. Two lions standing against an entire clan of hyenas. Is this the ultimate answer to one of Africa's oldest rivalries? Or is the struggle far more complex? Stay with us as we uncover the remarkable encounters that define this timeless conflict. Unlike dense rainforests or barren deserts, the African savanna is an open stage where every movement can be seen and every mistake can prove fatal. Here survival unfolds without pause, and each day brings a new contest between hunter and hunted. Its vast landscape is shaped by endless grasslands, scattered trees, and precious waterholes. These are more than scenic features. They are the foundations of an ecosystem where every species plays a vital role in the ongoing drama of survival. Every sunrise marks the beginning of another chapter in one of nature's oldest stories. The grasslands form the heart of this extraordinary ecosystem. During the Great Migration, millions of wildebeest surge across the plains like living rivers, traveling more than 1,000 miles in search of fresh grazing grounds. These remarkable journeys provide far more than food for predators. They sustain one of the most intricate food webs on Earth and help maintain the delicate balance of the entire ecosystem. Scattered across the savannah stand the iconic baobab trees, some reaching nearly 98 feet in height. These ancient giants store thousands of liters of water within their massive trunks, providing a vital source of moisture for both wildlife and people during the long dry season. Then there are the water holes, the true lifelines of the savannah. During the dry season, countless herbivores gather to drink from the last remaining pools of water. Yet these precious refuges are also among the most dangerous places in Africa. Beneath the still surface, crocodiles wait in complete silence, ready to explode into action the moment an unsuspecting animal ventures too close. The African savanna is home not only to some of the world's largest animals, but also to countless smaller species that keep this ecosystem functioning. Towering African buffalo weighing up to 2,200 pounds and elephants tipping the scales at several tons share the landscape with creatures as small as dung beetles. These tireless recyclers break down animal waste, return valuable nutrients to the soil, and help sustain the rich grasslands upon which so many other species depend. Life on the African savanna is shaped by relentless competition. Here, lions and hyenas wage an endless battle for food, territory, and survival. Although the lion reigns as one of Africa's apex predators, even its immense strength is no guarantee of victory. When spotted hyenas unite in large, highly coordinated clans, they become one of the few forces capable of challenging the king of the plains. On this vast natural stage, every chase, every roar, and every confrontation becomes part of an ancient story of strength, intelligence, and endurance. Stretching across more than 5 million square miles, from East Africa to the southern reaches of the continent, the African savanna is one of the largest and most dynamic ecosystems on Earth. Every landscape tells a different story, yet all are connected by the same delicate balance between predator and prey, life and death. Here, no species exists in isolation. Every loss and every hunt ripples through the ecosystem, shaping the future of countless others. Among the savanna's most remarkable predators is the spotted hyena. Weighing around 150 pounds, it appears far less imposing than a full-grown male lion. Yet appearances can be deceptive. Its jaws generate an estimated bite force of nearly 1,100 pounds per square inch, one of the most powerful of any land mammal, capable of crushing even the thickest bones. For generations, hyenas have been dismissed as little more than scavengers or opportunistic thieves. In reality, they are highly intelligent social hunters. Working together with extraordinary coordination, they pursue prey over long distances, exploit weakness with remarkable precision, and are capable of bringing down animals as formidable as the African buffalo. Few predators command greater respect from lions than a determined clan of spotted hyenas. Their rivalry extends far beyond stolen kills. Lions and hyenas are among Africa's oldest natural adversaries. A 2023 study estimated that the two species share nearly 58.6% of their prey, making conflict almost inevitable wherever their territories overlap. These fierce encounters may appear chaotic, but they serve a vital ecological purpose. By preventing either predator from achieving complete dominance, their competition helps preserve the balance of the savanna, ensuring that both predator populations and prey species remain in equilibrium. Across the endless golden plains, this ancient struggle continues without end. The African savanna is more than a wilderness. It is a living, ever-changing ecosystem where survival demands constant adaptation. Every sunrise begins another chapter in the timeless contest between lions and hyenas, a rivalry that has shaped Africa's wild landscapes for countless generations. As dawn breaks over Chobe National Park, shafts of golden light filter through the towering Mopane woodlands, awakening a landscape where survival governs every living thing. Between sun-scorched grasslands and life-giving rivers, lions and hyenas continue their age-old contest for dominance. The Mopane trees stand like silent guardians across the plains, some reaching nearly 50 feet in height. Their distinctive butterfly-shaped leaves provide welcome shade from the relentless African sun, offering refuge to predators and prey alike. Yet these woodlands are far more than places of shelter. Hidden beneath their canopy, hunts begin, ambushes unfold, and every movement may determine the difference between life and death. Among the predators that rule this landscape, none is more iconic than the lion. Powerful males can weigh up to 550 pounds, stretch more than 10 feet from nose to tail, and stand nearly 4 feet at the shoulder. But their dominance is built on far more than physical strength. Cooperation, territorial defense, and carefully coordinated hunting strategies have allowed lions to remain one of Africa's most successful apex predators for hundreds of thousands of years. Lions are among the few truly social cats, living in family groups known as prides that typically consist of 10 to 15 individuals. Within each pride, lionesses shoulder the responsibility of hunting, working together with remarkable coordination to provide food for the entire group. Their success depends not on speed alone, but on patience and teamwork. Using the shade of acacia trees and the contours of the landscape as cover, they stalk zebras and wildebeest until the perfect moment arrives. Then, in a sudden burst of explosive acceleration, they launch their attack before the prey has a chance to react. Yet lions hunt for more than survival alone. As apex predators, they play a vital role in regulating herbivore populations, preventing overgrazing and allowing the grasslands to recover season after season. In doing so, they help preserve the delicate ecological balance that sustains every species across the African savanna. If lions embody raw power, spotted hyenas represent resilience and adaptability. Although they rank just below lions in the savanna's predator hierarchy, they rarely face their rivals alone. Living in large, tightly organized clans, hyenas rely on cooperation rather than individual strength, allowing them to challenge animals far larger than themselves, and, on occasion, even confront the kings of the plains. Nowhere is this rivalry more evident than in Botswana's Chobe National Park. Here, lion prides move through the landscape with quiet confidence, targeting buffaloes and zebras with carefully coordinated hunting strategies. Despite their reputation, however, success is far from guaranteed. In the dry season, when vegetation becomes sparse and prey remain constantly alert, lions succeed in only about 25 to 30% of their hunts. Female lions carry out most of the pursuit, while the larger males usually remain behind to defend the pride and its territory. But when a hunt reaches its decisive moment, or when powerful prey such as buffalo refuse to yield, the males step in, using their immense strength to bring the struggle to an end. Hyenas answer strength with endurance. Their exceptionally powerful jaws can crush heavy bones with ease, allowing them to consume nearly every part of a carcass. Although widely known as scavengers, they are equally accomplished hunters, capable of pursuing prey over long distances until exhaustion finally takes its toll. Their societies are among the most sophisticated in the animal kingdom. Some spotted hyena clans number as many as 70 or even 80 individuals, each animal contributing to the success of the group. Supported by remarkable stamina and efficient cardiovascular systems, they can pursue prey for more than 5 miles, relying on persistence rather than explosive speed to secure a meal. In Chobe, every carcass becomes the center of a new conflict. Lions and hyenas frequently battle over hard-earned kills, each determined to claim the valuable prize. A 2023 study estimated that hyenas successfully steal nearly 63% of lion kills in some areas. Yet these victories are never easily won. When pride members stand together, lions often repel the attackers, using their superior strength to defend both their food and their territory. As the dry season deepens, the remaining water holes become the most contested places on the savanna. Herds of thirsty herbivores gather to drink, while predators wait for opportunities to strike. Here, lions rely on physical dominance, whereas hyenas depend on patience, coordination, and overwhelming numbers. These confrontations are about far more than food. They shape the relationship between two of Africa's greatest predators while helping maintain the balance of the entire ecosystem. Night after night, the struggle continues across the plains of Chobe. It is not simply a contest of instinct, but a relentless test of strength against intelligence, power against persistence. Under the cover of darkness, lionesses once again take the lead, moving silently through the grass. They use every shadow and every patch of moonlight to approach within 50 to 100 feet of unsuspecting prey. Each step is measured, almost weightless, concealing explosive power that can be unleashed in an instant. When the attack begins, the lionesses target the prey's most vulnerable points: the neck, hindquarters, or abdomen. With a bite force of around 650 pounds per square inch, they are capable of delivering crushing blows that quickly overwhelm even large herbivores. Yet their greatest advantage lies not in strength alone, but in coordination. Every lioness understands her role, while the pride's dominant males remain nearby, guarding their territory and ready to intervene whenever the situation demands. But even kings are not beyond challenge. Beyond the reach of the firelight, another force waits in silence. Large hyena clans patrol the darkness, watching every hunt with relentless patience. They know that the moment lions lower their guard, the hunt can turn in a heartbeat. An opportunity may arise to overwhelm them through numbers alone and seize the reward for themselves. In the African wilderness, one question has echoed across the savanna for countless generations. When survival hangs in the balance, what matters more, individual strength or the power of teamwork? For spotted hyenas, the answer has always been clear. Rather than relying on stealth, they overwhelm their opponents through coordinated aggression. A clan arrives like a gathering storm, its eerie laughter and chaotic calls carrying for miles across the plains. Though each hyena is considerably smaller than a lion, they often outnumber their rivals by 2 or even 3 to 1, transforming numerical superiority into a formidable weapon. Their strategy is both simple and remarkably effective. Instead of launching reckless attacks, hyenas gradually surround their opponents, tightening the circle until escape becomes increasingly difficult. Studies suggest that nearly 63% of their attempts to steal kills from lions are successful, a testament to the effectiveness of patience, coordination, and overwhelming numbers. Most confrontations begin long before the predators make contact. From a distance of 100 to 300 feet, both sides assess one another, searching for the slightest sign of hesitation. If the lions fail to react quickly or stand together, a hard-earned meal can disappear within minutes. Armed with jaws capable of generating one of the strongest bite forces of any land mammal, hyenas possess the confidence to press their advantage whenever the odds favor them. More often than not, they wait until the lions have begun feeding before advancing, conserving their energy until the moment is right. But when opportunity demands, they will confront even a full-grown lion head-on. This rivalry is a contest between two very different survival strategies. Lions rely on overwhelming physical power. An adult male can weigh nearly 3 times as much as the average spotted hyena, allowing him to dominate most one-on-one encounters. Hyenas, by contrast, depend on cooperation. Every individual contributes to the success of the clan, moving with a level of coordination that often resembles a single unified force. When their numbers reach roughly 3 hyenas for every lion, the advantage frequently shifts in their favor. Even so, numerical superiority is not always enough. Large lion prides, especially those with 10 or more members, can successfully defend both their territory and their kills. Recent research suggests that such prides retain possession of their prey in roughly 65% of confrontations. Yet, victory is never guaranteed. Every clash leaves behind fresh scars, hard-earned experience, and another chapter in one of Africa's longest-running rivalries. As dawn breaks over Kenya's Masai Mara, golden light spreads across the endless grasslands, revealing one of the greatest wildlife spectacles on Earth. Each new day begins with opportunity, but also with danger, as predators and prey prepare for another struggle for survival. During the Great Migration, millions of wildebeest and zebras pour into the Masai Mara, transforming the plains into a landscape of extraordinary abundance. For lions and spotted hyenas, this seasonal gathering represents both opportunity and fierce competition. Every herd crossing, every riverbank, and every stretch of open grass becomes the setting for dramatic hunts and violent confrontations. As vast herds surge across the plains, clouds of dust rise into the morning air, capturing the attention of the savannah's 2 dominant predators. Lions rely on stealth and explosive power. Concealed by tall grass, they wait patiently before launching a sudden ambush. A powerful adult lion, weighing up to 420 pounds, can bring down a wildebeest with a single, well-timed attack. Hyenas pursue a different strategy altogether. Rather than depending on short bursts of strength, they excel through endurance and teamwork. Their powerful cardiovascular system allows them to pursue prey over long distances, gradually exhausting animals that would easily outrun most other predators. Instead of targeting the strongest members of a herd, they search relentlessly for weakness: the young, the old, the injured, or the isolated. Their haunting vocalizations add another layer to the hunt. As calls echo across the grasslands, confusion spreads through the moving herd. Panic separates vulnerable individuals from the safety of the group, creating the perfect opportunity for the clan to strike. The struggle for survival in the Masai Mara extends far beyond the familiar rivalry between lions and hyenas. A third force continually reshapes the balance of power: the nomadic lions. These solitary males roam the edges of established territories, searching for prides to conquer and kingdoms to claim. With no allegiance to any group, they exist in a constant state of conflict, and wherever they appear, stability quickly gives way to uncertainty. For resident prides, the arrival of nomadic males can be devastating. Young, powerful challengers frequently overthrow aging pride leaders, and in the aftermath, they often kill dependent cubs to bring females back into breeding condition. Brutal as this behavior may seem, it is a natural part of lion society. Yet its consequences extend far beyond the pride itself. A weakened pride struggles to defend its territory, protect its young, and compete for food, creating opportunities for other predators to exploit. Spotted hyenas are often the first to benefit. As lion numbers temporarily decline within a territory, hyena clans rapidly expand their influence, occupying hunting grounds that were once fiercely defended. Some clans, numbering more than 50 individuals, can dominate productive feeding areas and even control access to critical water sources during the dry season. Their success stems from remarkable adaptability. Hyenas are equally skilled as hunters and scavengers, capable of stealing kills from weakened lion prides while continuing to hunt efficiently on their own. Even so, their dominance is never absolute. A healthy lion pride, particularly one protected by strong adult males, remains a formidable opponent, capable of defending both its territory and its hard-earned prey. These confrontations rarely produce lasting winners. More often, one side simply withdraws, leaving behind fresh scars, abandoned carcasses, and another reminder that survival on the African plains is never guaranteed. The rivalry between lions and hyenas is about far more than competition between two apex predators. It influences the ecological balance of the entire Serengeti Mara ecosystem. When lion populations decline, hyena numbers often increase, intensifying predation pressure on medium-sized herbivores such as Thompson's gazelles and altering the dynamics of prey populations across the landscape. In this way, every conflict sends ripples throughout the ecosystem. Lions regulate populations of buffalo, zebras, impalas, and other large herbivores, typically removing the old, the injured, or the weak. By doing so, they help maintain healthier prey populations while preventing excessive grazing pressure on the grasslands. Hyenas, however, introduce another layer of complexity. Frequent losses of carcasses force lions to hunt more often to meet the nutritional demands of the pride. During the dry season, when prey is already under considerable environmental stress, this additional hunting pressure can significantly influence herbivore survival and distribution. The competition between lions and hyenas is therefore more than a relentless struggle over food or territory. It is one of the evolutionary forces that has shaped both species for thousands of generations. Every confrontation rewards greater strength, sharper intelligence, stronger social bonds, and more effective hunting strategies. Together, these ancient rivals continue to drive the ecological processes that have sustained the African savanna for millions of years. The rivalry between lions and hyenas is more than an endless contest of strength. It is an evolutionary arms race. With every generation, both predators are forced to adapt, refining the strategies that have allowed them to survive in one of the most competitive ecosystems on Earth. In Botswana's Chobe National Park, lions often live in larger prides of 10 to 15 members. The advantage is clear. More adults mean greater success in defending territory, protecting cubs, and keeping hard-earned kills from determined hyena clans. But survival always comes at a price. Larger prides require far more food, and during prolonged droughts, when prey becomes scarce, feeding every member of the group can become an immense challenge. Hyenas have responded with adaptations of their own. Their success depends on far more than numerical superiority. Every member of the clan plays a role, coordinating movements with remarkable precision, while using their haunting vocalizations to confuse opponents and disrupt the cohesion of a lion pride. Once the lions become disorganized, the clan attacks from several directions at once, overwhelming even larger predators through relentless pressure. Research published in 2024 suggests that hyenas are significantly more successful when they outnumber lions by at least 3 to 1, highlighting the decisive advantage of cooperation over brute force. Their role extends beyond direct competition. Hyenas are among nature's most efficient recyclers. While lions often leave portions of a carcass behind after feeding, hyenas consume nearly every remaining part, including skin, tendons, and bone. In doing so, they reduce waste, recycle nutrients back into the ecosystem, and help limit the spread of disease across the savannah. The influence of this rivalry reaches far beyond the predators themselves. Herbivores constantly adjust their movements to avoid areas where lions and hyenas are most active, altering grazing patterns across the landscape. These shifts allow some grasslands to recover, while increasing pressure on others, demonstrating how predator behavior can shape the distribution of vegetation over vast areas. Every interaction becomes part of an intricate ecological network. The competition between two apex predators influences not only their own survival, but also the behavior of prey species, the regeneration of grasslands, and the overall resilience of the ecosystem. When predator populations become unbalanced, the consequences ripple throughout the food web. Heavy predation on smaller herbivores can reduce local populations, altering grazing intensity and affecting the natural regeneration of vegetation. Even the great migratory herds of wildebeest and zebras may adjust their seasonal movements to avoid areas where hyena densities are unusually high, subtly reshaping ecological patterns that have persisted for thousands of years. For this reason, the ongoing struggle between lions and hyenas is essential to the stability of the Masai Mara. Neither species can dominate indefinitely without affecting countless others. Ecological studies continue to show that when one predator becomes disproportionately abundant, the balance of the ecosystem begins to shift. A 2024 report suggested that sustained increases in hyena populations could reduce numbers of smaller herbivores by as much as 20% within 5 years, triggering changes that extend well beyond the animals themselves. As grazing pressure changes, so too does the landscape. Variations in herbivore abundance influence the composition, structure, and diversity of the grasslands, demonstrating that every battle between lions and hyenas ultimately leaves its mark on the environment they share. Far to the southeast, another remarkable ecosystem tells a different chapter of Africa's story. Stretching across parts of Tanzania, Mozambique, and neighboring countries, the eastern Miombo woodlands form one of the continent's oldest and most expansive woodland ecosystems. This is far more than a forest. It is a living sanctuary where thousands of plant and animal species are woven together in an intricate web of ecological relationships. Towering brachystegia trees, many exceeding 50 feet in height, spread their broad canopies across the landscape, providing precious shade beneath the relentless tropical sun. During the dry season, their leaves transform into brilliant shades of gold, orange, and copper, turning the woodland into one of Africa's most spectacular seasonal landscapes. Although the soils are dry and often nutrient-poor, the Miombo woodlands support an extraordinary diversity of life. Every tree, every insect, every herbivore, and every predator contributes to the delicate balance of this ancient ecosystem, where millions of years of evolution have produced one of Africa's richest natural treasures. Nestled in northern Tanzania, the Ngorongoro crater is one of Africa's greatest natural wonders. Formed by the collapse of an ancient volcano more than 2 million years ago, this immense caldera has become a self-contained sanctuary where life flourishes in extraordinary abundance. Time seems to move differently here, as if the outside world has faded away, leaving nature to follow the rhythms it has kept for millennia. Covering nearly 100 square miles, the crater contains an astonishing variety of habitats within its towering walls. Cliffs rising more than 2,000 feet surround sweeping grasslands, scattered woodlands, freshwater streams, and seasonal wetlands, creating one of the most complete ecosystems on the African continent. From the rim, the crater floor resembles a vast living mosaic, where every landscape supports a different community of wildlife. At its center lies Lake Magadi, a shallow alkaline lake that shimmers beneath the equatorial sun. During favorable seasons, thousands of flamingos gather along its shores, transforming the water into a sea of brilliant pink. Around the lake, graceful fever trees spread their pale green canopies, providing shade and shelter for countless birds, mammals, and insects. Despite its relatively modest size, the Ngorongoro crater supports more than 25,000 large mammals, making it one of the most densely populated wildlife refuges in Africa. Vast herds of wildebeest and plain zebras roam the open grasslands in search of fresh grazing, creating a spectacle that rivals the famous Great Migration beyond the crater's rim. These immense herds are far more than a breathtaking sight. As they move across the plains, thousands of hooves loosen and aerate the soil, helping new grasses take root, while their dung returns valuable nutrients to the earth. In this way, the herbivores continually renew the very landscape that sustains them, reinforcing the delicate cycle that supports every level of the food web. Elsewhere on the crater floor, African buffalo gather in formidable herds. Mature bulls can weigh close to 2,000 pounds, and together they graze steadily across the plains while remaining constantly alert for danger. Their sheer size offers a measure of protection, yet even these powerful herbivores are never entirely safe in a landscape dominated by predators. The abundance of prey has created one of the highest concentrations of carnivores anywhere in Africa. Leopards move silently through the woodlands bordering the lake, relying on camouflage and patience to ambush unsuspecting prey. Across the open grasslands, cheetahs unleash explosive bursts of speed, accelerating like living arrows as they pursue agile gazelles over the plains. Among all these predators, however, lions remain the dominant force. The Ngorongoro crater supports one of the highest lion densities recorded anywhere in the world, with roughly 60 to 70 individuals occupying this remarkably compact ecosystem. Their territories overlap across the grasslands, where herds of wildebeest and zebras provide a dependable source of prey throughout much of the year. Male lions patrol and defend these territories with unmistakable authority. Their dark manes signal maturity and strength, and fierce confrontations between rival males are common whenever territorial boundaries are challenged. Meanwhile, the lionesses shoulder the responsibility of hunting, working together with remarkable coordination to bring down prey many times their own size. Their success dictates not only the survival of the pride, but also the rhythm of life across the crater. Yet even here, the lions do not reign unchallenged. Spotted hyenas are rarely far behind. Drawn by opportunity and guided by experience, they shadow the movements of the pride, waiting patiently for the perfect moment to challenge exhausted hunters or seize an abandoned carcass. In the Ngorongoro crater, every successful hunt marks not the end of a struggle, but often the beginning of another. At the heart of the Ngorongoro crater, where sweeping grasslands merge with scattered woodlands beneath towering volcanic walls, life unfolds in an endless cycle of pursuit and survival. Every roar echoing across the plains and every set of tracks pressed into the earth tells the story of predators and prey locked in an ancient struggle. Among them, lions and spotted hyenas dominate the landscape, each relying on a very different strategy to thrive in one of Africa's richest wildlife sanctuaries. Unlike the dense rainforests of Central Africa, or the harsh deserts farther south, Ngorongoro is a vast natural amphitheater, where open grasslands, fever tree forests, freshwater streams, and seasonal wetlands exist side by side. The abundance of prey makes the crater an ideal refuge for wildlife, but it also transforms this remarkable ecosystem into one of the continent's most fiercely contested hunting grounds. Lions dominate through overwhelming physical power. Masters of ambush, they use the cover of tall grass to launch devastating attacks before defending their kills with sheer strength. Yet they are also accomplished opportunists. Rather than hunting whenever hunger strikes, they readily seize carcasses from rival predators whenever the opportunity presents itself. Studies from the Ngorongoro ecosystem suggest that lions successfully appropriate as much as 71% of prey captured by hyenas, reversing the pattern observed in many other regions of Africa. pride led by experienced black-maned males can overwhelm even a large clan of spotted hyenas. Their imposing size and coordinated defense often make direct confrontation too costly for their rivals. In many cases, dominance alone is enough to force hyenas to surrender a hard-earned meal without a fight. Hyenas answer strength with endurance and cooperation. Rather than relying on explosive attacks, they pursue prey over long distances, gradually exhausting animals such as wildebeest and zebras before closing in for the final assault. Their hunting success depends on exceptional stamina, coordinated teamwork, and an ability to exploit even the smallest weakness in their target. Once a hunt begins, clan members spread out in a widening circle, surrounding their prey and cutting off every possible escape route, even after bringing an animal down. However, their challenge is far from over. In the Ngorongoro crater, every successful kill immediately attracts the attention of nearby lions, turning each meal into another contest for survival. When threatened, hyenas display an impressive level of social coordination. Adults quickly form defensive rings around vulnerable clan members or valuable carcasses, while others emit their unmistakable whooping calls across the plains. These vocalizations serve several purposes at once: summoning reinforcements, maintaining coordination within the clan, and creating psychological pressure that can unsettle even experienced lions. Research from the 2023 Chobe Predator Study found that hyenas successfully seize lion kills in approximately 63% of competitive encounters. Although the balance of power varies between ecosystems, the study highlights the remarkable effectiveness of collective action. By maintaining relentless pressure and exploiting their numerical advantage, hyena clans are often capable of forcing even larger predators to abandon valuable carcasses. Patience is another of their greatest strengths. Hyenas rarely rush directly toward a freshly killed animal guarded by lions. They remain at a cautious distance, often between 100 and 330 feet, carefully watching every movement of the pride. Only when the lions become distracted, begin resting, or move away after feeding does the clan advance. What appears to be hesitation is in reality a calculated strategy that allows hyenas to maximize reward while minimizing risk. In the Ngorongoro crater, victory is not always won by the strongest predator, but often by the one willing to wait for exactly the right moment. Patience is one of the hyena's greatest weapons. By waiting until lions are distracted or have finished feeding, they dramatically reduce the risk of a direct confrontation while maximizing their chances of claiming a carcass with minimal effort. What appears to be hesitation is, in reality, a carefully calculated strategy refined through countless generations of competition. Yet hyenas are far from passive scavengers. When they possess a clear numerical advantage, they are bold, cunning, and capable of seizing the moment. Their behavior changes dramatically. Instead of waiting from a distance, they advance with confidence, surrounding the lions and applying relentless pressure. Their eerie chorus of whoops and cackling laughter fills the air, creating confusion and psychological stress that can eventually force even dominant lions to abandon a hard-earned meal. These encounters are far more than acts of opportunistic theft. They are intense contests of endurance, coordination, and resolve. In many cases, hyenas manage to feed while lions struggle to defend the very prey they captured, demonstrating that success on the African plains depends as much on cooperation as on strength. The hostility between these predators also extends beyond competition for food. Observations from Chobe suggest that lions and hyenas frequently attack one another, even when no carcass is involved. Territorial disputes, long-standing rivalry, and the constant struggle for dominance mean that violent confrontations can erupt with little or no obvious provocation. Their conflict has become deeply woven into the ecology of the savannah itself. Despite the resilience and remarkable adaptability of hyenas, the Ngorongoro crater remains, above all, a kingdom of lions. Here, lions are responsible for an estimated 60 to 70% of adult hyena deaths, making them the greatest natural threat faced by the species within the crater. Lion attacks are swift, deliberate, and devastatingly effective. Rather than charging into an entire clan, lions typically single out isolated or vulnerable individuals that have strayed too far from the group. With explosive acceleration and powerful jaws aimed at the neck or shoulders, they can subdue an opponent within seconds before reinforcements have time to arrive. As in every other African ecosystem, the rivalry between lions and hyenas shapes far more than the fate of two apex predators. Their competition influences prey populations, scavenger behavior, territorial boundaries, and the flow of nutrients throughout the Ngorongoro ecosystem. Every confrontation sends ripples through the food web, affecting countless other species that share the crater. The balance, however, is fragile. When lion numbers increase too rapidly, hyenas face mounting pressure to abandon established hunting grounds, alter their foraging strategies, or disperse into neighboring territories. Conversely, if hyena populations become disproportionately large, lions may lose a significant share of their kills, forcing them to hunt more frequently and increasing pressure on herbivore populations. The stability of the crater depends not on the dominance of one predator, but on the dynamic equilibrium maintained between both. Far to the southwest, another landscape presents an entirely different challenge. Between the towering dunes of the Namib Desert and the open savannas of southern Africa lies the Namibian savanna woodland, a harsh yet remarkably resilient ecosystem where survival depends on endurance rather than abundance. Unlike lush forests, this landscape is defined by sweeping grasslands, broken only by scattered camelthorn trees that stand like solitary guardians across the desert plains. These remarkable trees, some reaching more than 65 feet in height, are among the true architects of life in Namibia. Their roots penetrate as deep as 150 feet beneath the surface, tapping hidden groundwater that allows them to remain green long after the surrounding vegetation has withered beneath the relentless sun. Even during years of prolonged drought, the silver-green canopy of the camelthorn provides precious shade and nourishment for countless species. Birds nest among its branches, herbivores browse its leaves and seed pods, and predators seek refuge beneath its cooling shadow during the hottest hours of the day. Among the most extraordinary inhabitants of this harsh environment are Namibia's desert-adapted lions. Unlike their relatives living in more productive savannas, these lions have evolved to survive in one of the driest landscapes on Earth. They travel enormous distances between hunts, tolerate long periods with little or no drinking water, and rely on remarkable patience to exploit every opportunity the desert offers. Here, survival is measured not by the abundance of prey, but by endurance, efficiency, and relentless determination, and an intimate understanding of one of Africa's most unforgiving ecosystems. In the heart of Namibia, where scorching desert winds mingle with the subtle scent of open grasslands, Etosha National Park emerges as one of Africa's greatest wilderness treasures. Covering more than 8,600 square miles, Etosha is far more than a wildlife sanctuary. It is a living mosaic of interconnected ecosystems, a symphony of life in which every species contributes to a delicate and dynamic balance. This is a land of striking contrasts, where desolation meets abundance, and every creature must struggle to survive. At the heart of the park lies the vast Etosha Pan, an immense salt pan spanning more than 1,900 square miles. During the dry season, its surface becomes a brilliant white expanse, shimmering beneath the blazing sun like an endless mirror. Yet when the rains arrive, this barren basin transforms into a shallow lake, attracting thousands of flamingos whose vivid pink plumage brings brilliant color to the landscape. This remarkable transformation has made Etosha Pan a symbol of resilience, where nature continually renews itself through an endless cycle of adaptation to extreme conditions. Etosha serves as a vast natural stage, supporting tens of thousands of wild animals, each playing an essential role in maintaining the park's fragile ecological balance. Across the sweeping plains, zebra herds flow like living rivers, often numbering in the thousands, and creating an unforgettable spectacle of movement. Their hooves churn the soil, scattering grass seeds, while their dung returns valuable nutrients to the earth, helping sustain the grasslands that support countless other species. Springboks, capable of leaping as high as 13 feet, appear like graceful dancers across this natural theater. Their spectacular acrobatics are not only mesmerizing to watch, but also serve as one of their most effective defenses against predators. Nothing, however, commands attention quite like the African elephant, the true giant of Etosha. Weighing as much as 12,000 pounds, these immense animals move steadily through the mopaine woodlands, breaking branches and opening new pathways as they travel. As the ecosystem's silent architects, they disperse seeds, reshape the landscape, and ensure the continued survival of the region's diverse plant life. With an estimated population of around 2,500 individuals, Etosha remains one of southern Africa's most important refuges for these magnificent giants. The abundance of herbivores in turn sustains Etosha's apex predators. Lions, distinguished by their dark manes, dominate the night, hunting beneath the stillness of the African stars. With an estimated population of between 300 and 500 lions, Etosha supports one of the highest lion densities anywhere in the world. Their thunderous roars echo across the grasslands, boldly proclaiming their dominance over one of Africa's most extraordinary wildernesses. Etosha National Park is not a sanctuary for the weak. With an average annual rainfall of just 15 inches, this is a land of harsh extremes, where survival is a test of resilience. Herds of springbok and oryx traverse the grasslands in search of water, but their existence is constantly threatened by two apex predators. Lions, the rulers of the savannah rely on their sheer strength and ambush strategies to hunt. An adult lion, weighing up to 420 pounds, can take down large prey such as buffalo or zebra with just a few calculated strikes. However, their tactics extend beyond the hunt. In a resource-scarce environment like Etosha, where food is precious, lions frequently steal kills from hyenas. Hyenas, on the other hand, excel in endurance and teamwork. A large clan, often numbering dozens of members, knows how to coordinate its efforts to exhaust and weaken prey before making the final kill. Armed with powerful jaws, unmatched aggression, and superior numbers, they can quickly subdue even large animals. However, their success is often overshadowed by the looming threat of lions, which are always ready to assert dominance over any kill. In the arid environment of Etosha, scarce water sources such as Okauquejo and Halali become vital hubs of life. These water holes are not only gathering places for animals to quench their thirst, but also battlegrounds for lions and hyenas. Conflicts are frequent, especially at dusk and during the night, when both predators are most active. The dynamic between lions and hyenas in Etosha is more than a rivalry. It is a complex interaction that sustains the balance of the ecosystem. The power disparity between these predators significantly influences the stability of the Namibian savanna woodland ecosystem. When lions gain the upper hand, hyenas often suffer heavy losses, leading to a sharp decline in their population. As a result, animal carcasses are not processed quickly enough, increasing the risk of disease spreading among wildlife. The majestic oryx, a symbol of resilience in the desert. In the arid landscapes of Namibia, where the sun beats down relentlessly and the earth is painted in hues of ochre and gold, the oryx stands as a testament to nature's resilience and beauty. With its striking appearance and remarkable adaptations, the oryx embodies the spirit of survival in one of the world's harshest environments. The oryx, particularly the desert oryx, is a magnificent creature characterized by its long, straight horns that can reach lengths of up to 90 centimeters. These horns, sharp as blades, curve gracefully backward from its head, resembling elegant swords poised for defense. The oryx's coat is a stunning blend of sandy beige and white, providing perfect camouflage against the desert sands. Dark, contrasting markings that run across its face add a touch of distinction, while its large, expressive eyes reflect an intelligence and alertness vital for survival in its unforgiving habitat. Standing tall at around 1.2 meters at the shoulder, the oryx's muscular build is designed for endurance. Its long legs enable swift movement across the vast expanses of the desert, while its hooves are uniquely adapted for traversing a variety of terrains, from soft sand to rocky outcrops. It is a creature built for both grace and power, embodying the duality of beauty and strength that defines the natural world. The oryx predominantly inhabits the Namib Desert, along with semi-arid regions and sparse grasslands. This habitat, characterized by extreme temperatures and limited water sources, demands resilience and adaptability. Oryxes are known for their remarkable ability to go for extended periods without drinking. They obtain moisture from the vegetation they consume, such as grasses, leaves, and succulent plants. This adaptation is a critical survival strategy, allowing them to thrive where other species might falter. Socially, oryxes are generally found in small herds, often consisting of females and their young, led by a dominant male. These herds are a critical support system, enabling them to watch for predators and share information about food and water sources. The dynamics within these groups illustrate the oryx's social intelligence, as they communicate through a series of vocalizations and body language, enhancing their chances of survival in the wild. The oryx stands as a majestic emblem of resilience, embodying the harsh beauty of the Namib Desert. With its striking appearance, remarkable adaptations, and deep cultural significance, the oryx captivates the hearts of those who encounter it. In a world where survival often hinges on the smallest of adaptations, the oryx teaches us about the incredible capabilities of life to endure, thrive, and inspire amidst adversity. As we continue to explore and appreciate the wonders of our natural world, let us remember the oryx, a true marvel of evolution and a symbol of the indomitable spirit of nature. The Serengeti, with its expansive savannas, diverse ecosystems, and rich wildlife, is one of Africa's most celebrated wildlife reserves. Among its many inhabitants, the rhinoceros stands out as a symbol of both magnificence and fragility. Known for their impressive size, unique physical characteristics, and significant ecological role, rhinoceroses in the Serengeti represent an integral part of the region's biodiversity. However, the species faces numerous challenges that threaten its survival. Rhinoceroses are among the largest land mammals, distinguished by their thick skin, sizable bodies, and one or two horns situated on their snouts. In the Serengeti, the two primary species found are the black rhinoceros, Diceros bicornis, and the white rhinoceros, Ceratotherium cymum. The black rhinoceros is smaller, known for its hooked lip adapted for grasping leaves and twigs, while the white rhinoceros is larger and has a square lip that enables it to graze efficiently on grasses. These majestic creatures exhibit a variety of behaviors that reflect their adaptations to the Serengeti environment. Rhinoceroses are generally solitary animals, with males establishing territories that they mark with dung and urine. Females, on the other hand, often have a home range that overlaps with other females. They are primarily herbivorous, consuming a diet of grasses, shrubs, and leaves, which makes them crucial for maintaining the health of the savanna ecosystem. By grazing and browsing, rhinoceroses contribute to the regulation of vegetation growth, thus creating habitats for other species and promoting biodiversity. In the Serengeti, rhinoceroses share their habitat with several formidable predators. Among these are lions, hyenas, and crocodiles, each of which poses unique challenges to both adult rhinos and their vulnerable calves. While adult rhinoceroses, particularly the larger white rhinos, have few natural enemies due to their size and strength, young or weakened individuals are more susceptible to predation. Lions are the apex predators of the Serengeti and are known for their strength and social hunting strategies. A pride of lions can pose a significant threat to a lone or vulnerable rhino, particularly calves separated from their mothers. Lions often employ ambush tactics, using the tall grass to conceal their approach before launching a swift attack. Hyenas, known for their scavenging abilities, can also collaborate in groups to target weaker individuals. Their keen senses and relentless persistence enable them to exploit situations where a rhinoceros might be at a disadvantage. Rhinoceroses play a vital ecological role in the Serengeti, acting as mega herbivores that help shape the landscape. Their feeding habits can influence plant community structures as they consume large quantities of vegetation. This activity not only promotes a diversity of plant species, but also creates open areas for smaller herbivores to thrive. Additionally, their dung is a source of nutrients for various organisms and helps to fertilize the soil, further enriching the ecosystem. Furthermore, rhinoceroses serve as a link in the food web, impacting the populations of their prey and influencing the behavior of predators. Their presence in the Serengeti is indicative of a healthy ecosystem, as they are sensitive to changes in their environment. Thus, the conservation of rhinoceroses is essential not only for their survival, but for the overall health of the Serengeti. Warthogs are distinct members of the pig family, native to the African savannah. With their rugged appearance, characterized by elongated tusks and a mane of coarse hair along their backs, warthogs have adapted to thrive in the challenging ecosystems of the savannah. One of the most immediate dangers facing warthogs in the African savannah is predation. Warthogs are preyed upon by a variety of carnivores, including lions, leopards, hyenas, and wild dogs. Their size and relatively robust build give them some advantage in defending themselves, but they are particularly vulnerable when foraging for food or when young. Warthog piglets are especially exposed to danger, as their small size makes them easy targets for larger predators. To mitigate this risk, warthogs have developed certain behavioral adaptations. They often graze in open areas where they can quickly spot approaching predators. Unlike some other herbivores that rely on herding for safety, warthogs are known to retreat into burrows, often those abandoned by aardvarks when threatened. This instinctual behavior shows their reliance on both their physical environment and the burrowing habits of other animals for protection. The African savanna is a dynamic environment characterized by seasonal changes that can significantly affect the availability of food and water. During dry seasons, many grass species wither and die, forcing warthogs to travel greater distances in search of sustenance. This not only increases the risk of predation, but also heightens competition with other herbivores. Moreover, warthogs also contend with competition from other herbivores, including grazers like zebras and wildebeest. Warthogs are known for their social grooming and familial bonds. They often live in small groups, usually consisting of a few females and their young. However, competition for resources can lead to increased aggression and stress within these groups, ultimately affecting their health and reproductive success. Additionally, fitting into the complex food web of the savanna means that warthogs must constantly adapt to the presence of rival species. Known for their adaptability and solitary nature, leopards are some of the most versatile big cats, capable of thriving in diverse environments. During the dry season in the Kalahari, these majestic felines face distinct challenges and exhibit remarkable behaviors that highlight their resilience and adaptability. Hunting is a critical aspect of a leopard's life, and during the dry season, the availability and behavior of prey species dictate their hunting strategies. Leopards are opportunistic feeders, preying on a wide range of animals, including antelopes, warthogs, birds, and smaller mammals. In the Kalahari, common prey includes springbok, impala, and duikers, all of which may become more challenging to hunt as the dry season progresses. As water sources become scarce, prey animals often congregate around the few remaining water holes, making them more accessible for leopards. However, this increased competition for limited resources can lead to heightened vigilance among prey species. Leopards employ stealth and patience as they stalk their quarry, using their spotted coats to blend into the surroundings. Their exceptional climbing abilities also allow them to ambush prey from trees, a strategy that can be especially effective in the dry season when prey is more concentrated around water sources. During the dry season, hunting becomes critical for survival, as leopards must not only feed themselves, but also, if they are mothers, provide for their cubs. The success of a hunt can determine a leopard's ability to sustain itself and its young in a harsh environment. Leopards tend to hunt more frequently during cooler parts of the day or at night, capitalizing on lower temperatures to conserve energy while increasing their chances of catching prey unawares. Leopards are solitary animals, with both males and females maintaining large territories that they patrol and defend against intruders. During the dry season, The marking of territory becomes increasingly important as competition for resources heightens. A sun-scorched ocean of grass, a vast chessboard of life and death with nowhere to hide. This is the Serengeti. The cheetah's speed is subdued by the unity of a baboon troop. The lion's strength bows to the relentless tenacity of the wildebeest. Hunter and prey, who will fall first? Leave your thoughts below and let us move on. Wild Serengeti, a predator's deadly playground. The dry season on the Serengeti Plains. Most animals have sought refuge from the searing 32 degrees Celsius heat, but the cheetah enjoys no such privilege. Hunger does not permit it to rest. The predator has found the ideal ambush site. The shimmering haze cannot obscure the vision of a creature capable of spotting prey from 5 kilometers away. Its target is a mere 50 meters ahead, a solitary warthog. Thick paw pads and a digitigrade stance, walking on its toes, allow the cheetah to approach in near silence. Tall grass conceals its slender frame, a silent ghost amid the blinding sunlight. The gap closes to 30 meters. The cheetah has entered its kill zone. At this range, its legendary acceleration delivers the highest success rate while conserving precious energy. In just 3 seconds, the cheetah reaches a speed of 96 kilometers per hour. Its stride stretches to 7 meters, powered by a flexible spine that coils and uncoils like a spring, driving the hind legs far forward. Semi-retractable claws bite deep into the earth like spikes, delivering absolute traction. But the warthog is no easy target. Its speed is only half that of the cheetah, around 50 kilometers per hour. Yet a low center of gravity allows it to corner relentlessly. Darting in a frustrating zigzag pattern, the cheetah is forced to swing its 80-centimeter tail to maintain balance and stay locked onto its prey. Salvation appears for the warthog, an abandoned aardvark burrow. Most predators would abandon the chase the moment the warthog disappears underground. But hunger has eclipsed the cheetah's caution. It has committed to a high-stakes gamble. The greatest danger lies in the warthog's tusks, measuring between 25 and 50 centimeters. When retreating into a burrow, the warthog rarely enters headfirst. Instead, it backs in, presenting its armored skull and razor-sharp tusks outward. In that instant, the burrow becomes an impregnable fortress. Any cheetah or lion reckless enough to probe that darkness risks a devastating gore. Many inexperienced predators have paid the price with torn snouts or permanent blindness when attempting to breach this doorway of death. The warthog's upper tusks curve upward, sharpening the lower pair each time the jaws close. The constant grinding forms a self-sharpening mechanism, producing daggers so lethal they can slice flesh with a simple shake of the head. In the worst-case scenario, when no burrow is within reach, the warthog chooses the most violent option: counterattack. A mature male warthog can weigh up to 100 kilograms. Charging at nearly 50 kilometers per hour, that mass generates terrifying kinetic energy, like a cannonball slamming directly into its enemy. For the slender cheetah, such an impact is often a death sentence. Yet warthogs prefer to avoid confrontation. They move quietly through elephant grass, towering above their heads. A leader guides the group, tail held upright at a precise 90-degree angle. The tuft of hair at its tip becomes a living beacon, guiding the others safely through the grass. In this dense sea of grass, the signal helps the family maintain formation and prevents any member from becoming separated. This discipline is a matter of survival, because in the Serengeti, danger comes not only from the lightning-fast sprints of the cheetah. Between the warthog and the cheetah, whose survival skills impress you more? Let us know your choice in the comments below. Spanning over 30,000 square kilometers, this ecosystem supports the largest concentration of animal biomass on the planet. Around 4,000 lions and approximately 1,000 leopards patrol this land every single day, maintaining a fragile balance. Within this intricate food web, warthogs act as biological plows. Their constant digging for roots aerates the dry soil and promotes the regeneration of grass. Conversely, the cheetah regulates prey populations, eliminating the weak and diseased from the herd. Two silent warriors, each shaping the ecosystem in their own way. For the warthog, Savannah is paradise, the green heart of the Serengeti. Here, vegetation remains lush year-round, nourished by underground rivers flowing beneath the plains. But this paradise comes at a steep price. Savannah is also the capital of apex predators. It is the realm of Africa's most powerful lion prides. A lion's hunt for a warthog is a test of endurance. In theory, the lion is faster. The king of the savannah can unleash bursts of speed reaching 80 kilometers per hour. But its heart is small relative to its massive body, and dense muscle generates extreme heat. As a result, a lion can sprint for only about 200 meters. The warthog is not naturally a long-distance runner of the Serengeti. However, its compact body and efficient respiratory system allow it to sustain high speeds over longer distances than the lion. Here, the endurance of the weaker defeats the explosive power of the strong. Having escaped countless life-or-death chases, the warthog finally finds time to relax. Near termite mounds or dense thickets, a scene unfolds that seems lifted straight from a Hollywood film. A warthog lies flat on the ground, allowing a troop of banded mongooses to climb across its body. The image instantly recalls Timon and Pumbaa from The Lion King. This is no cartoon fantasy. It is a serious biological transaction. Living among mud and burrows, the warthog becomes a magnet for parasites. Ticks, fleas, and lice are invisible enemies, draining blood and spreading deadly disease. Without assistance, its health would rapidly decline. This is where the mongoose troop plays its role. To them, the warthog is a moving banquet, offering a free, protein-rich feast. They scour every fold of skin, the ears, even the eyes, stripping away ticks with meticulous precision. The partnership is so effective that the warthog slips into a trance-like stillness, surrendering completely to these tiny cleaners. But as the moment of calm fades, the brutal reality of survival in the Serengeti returns once more. In the nearby bush, the Serengeti's most silent predator lies in wait: the leopard. The warthog senses nothing. Danger crouches just meters away. Rosette patterns across the leopard's coat fracture its outline, allowing the hunter to dissolve into shifting light and shadow. Eyes 7 times sharper than a human's lock onto a single point, the jugular vein. When the distance closes to less than 5 meters, violence erupts. The leopard is built for sudden death. Its body is packed with fast twitch muscle, optimized for explosive strikes rather than prolonged chases. Speed is not sustained here, it is unleashed. The hunt is over, but the meal cannot yet begin. Like the cheetah, the leopard does not fear the warthog's burrows. To a predator, these tunnels promise prey without pursuit. Reduced collarbones form floating clavicles, allowing the leopard to compress its shoulders and slide into impossibly narrow spaces. But victory is brief. Even in the most secluded refuge, safety is never guaranteed. This is the moment when nature's harshest law is enforced. The strong take what they want. The leopard escapes only just, spared from the claws of the king of the savannah. There is regret for the unfinished meal, but survival comes first. This is a battle it cannot win. A mature male leopard weighs no more than 60 to 80 kilograms. The lion, by contrast, is a biological tank, exceeding 200 kilograms, nearly 3 times heavier. With a bite force of 650 pounds per square inch, the lion can crush bone with ease. The leopard is an agile and precise assassin, but brute strength is not a contest. In this arena, the lion dominates completely. Science names this phenomenon kleptoparasitism. Nearly 20% of a leopard's kills are stolen by lions or hyenas. For the lion, theft is an efficient strategy, conserving energy by taking what others have earned. If you were a predator of the Serengeti, would you choose to be a lion, a leopard, or a cheetah? For the cheetah, this rivalry is distant. On the southern plains of the Serengeti, lions appear only briefly each year, following the Great Migration. The landscape here is flat and exposed, stripped of trees and cover, a poor hunting ground for kings. This is the largest natural death racetrack on Earth, and on this open stage, the cheetah shines brightest. Here, female cheetahs hunt Thompson's gazelle almost daily. Hunger presses hard, and cubs wait in the grass. The weight of survival drives the predator into a state of absolute focus. One mistake could mean the end. The numbers are unforgiving. Only 5% of cheetah cubs survive to adulthood. Every sprint is a life-or-death gamble that cannot be lost. The cheetah must advance openly, yet cautiously, but the barren terrain offers nowhere to hide. The chase ignites the instant the gazelle senses danger and explodes into flight. A formidable quarry. Today is a fortunate day. The predator and her cubs will no longer be tormented by hunger, but the cheetah cannot return to them just yet. Even 20 minutes after the hunt has ended, her body temperature continues to rise. She is forced to rest. This is the cheetah's most vulnerable moment, and the baboons know it well. They approach without hesitation, their intent unmistakable, revealed by canines longer than 5 centimeters. Under the command of aggressive alpha males, the troop demands surrender. They lay siege with chilling precision. The pounding of the ground, the savage screams, the cold stares of hunger, all combine into a brutal psychological assault designed to break the cheetah's will. Against the ferocity of the baboon troop, the cheetah is helpless. Here, the tragedy of evolutionary trade-offs becomes painfully clear. To become the fastest creature on Earth, the cheetah signed a harsh contract with nature, sacrificing strength in exchange for speed. Its skeletal frame is slender and light, optimized for aerodynamics. Its claws are blunt, shaped like track spikes for traction, not combat. It carries no weapons for close-quarters fighting, and its fragile body is more vulnerable than ever. The cheetah stands alone, forced to calculate every move. A single leg injury would mean the end, a death sentence for a hunter that survives on speed alone. She remembers her cubs hidden nearby. If the baboons discover them, there will be no mercy. Eliminating future competitors is a calculated strategy. Confronting baboons has never been a wise choice. Solitude is a fatal weakness for a female cheetah, but this rule does not apply to males. They form coalitions, hunting together and defending their kills. A cheetah coalition usually consists of 2 or 3 brothers from the same litter. Unity allows them to challenge larger and more dangerous prey. A blue wildebeest is a prime example. This is a high-risk physical gamble. An adult wildebeest can weigh up to 250 kilograms, 5 times the mass of a single cheetah. It is a living tank, armored with thick hide, curved horns, and razor-sharp hooves capable of crushing a skull. For a lone cheetah, attacking a wildebeest is suicide. For a coalition, it becomes a strategy of surround and dismantle. The hunt ends in decisive victory. The cheetah coalition feeds calmly, without urgency. Unity removes the need to gorge or hide the carcass. In the Serengeti, we are accustomed to seeing the cheetah as a solitary sprinter, but when these warriors unite, even biological tanks must yield. Is there an undiscovered land mammal faster than the cheetah, still waiting to be found? The Serengeti is not merely the kingdom of the lion, nor simply the rat track of the cheetah. It is a brutal, crowded hierarchy where every ecological niche is claimed by a specialized lineage of killers. Apex predators, the architects of balance, have kept this ecosystem trending smoothly for millions of years. Forget the image of cowardly scavengers portrayed in animated films. In the Serengeti, the spotted hyena is not a scavenger but a true hunting machine, defined by the terrifying power of its jaws. Nature has equipped the spotted hyena with a massive, dome-shaped skull designed to anchor dense blocks of jaw muscle, allowing its bite force to reach up to 1,100 pounds per square inch, stronger than both lions and leopards. Using conical premolars built to destroy physical structures, the spotted hyena is the only mammal in Africa capable of crushing the long bones of buffalo or giraffe. Its digestive system contains extremely high concentrations of hydrochloric acid, enabling it to break down bone, teeth, and horn, often leaving absolutely nothing behind. A common misconception is that hyenas are mere thieves, but long-term studies in the Serengeti have proven the opposite. Spotted hyenas hunt between 70 and 95% of the food they consume. Unlike felines that rely on short bursts of explosive energy, the spotted hyena possesses a massive heart, constituting nearly 1% of its body weight. This allows it to maintain speeds of up to 60 kilometers per hour over distances of 5 to 10 kilometers, turning each hunt into a relentless endurance trial until the prey collapses from exhaustion. What truly allows the spotted hyena to dominate the Serengeti, however, is its extraordinarily complex social structure, an absolute matriarchy. In this kingdom, the female is king. Due to a surge of androgen hormones in the womb, female spotted hyenas grow larger, more aggressive, and completely dominate the males, with even the lowest-ranking female holding higher authority than the highest-ranking male. Their society operates through intricate political alliances that demand social intelligence comparable to that of primates. Neuroscientists have discovered that the hyena's frontal cortex, responsible for reasoning and problem-solving, is highly developed, enabling them to coordinate attacks, recognize individuals by their calls, and hold grudges across generations. When darkness falls, a manic laughter echoes across the plains. This is not a sound of joy, but a sophisticated information coding system. The pitch and frequency of each call reveal an individual's age, social status, and psychological state, often signaling extreme stress or the chaotic excitement of fighting over food. These heightened emotions are fueled by an ancient and brutal rivalry with lions, the deepest feud on the savannah, driven not only by hunger, but by overlapping ecological niches. Lions kill hyenas simply to eliminate competition, while the spotted hyena remains the only species bold enough to challenge the king of the grasslands. With a numerical advantage of 4-1, a hyena clan will rush in to steal a kill or even kill lionesses and cubs. This war between the spotted queen and the maned king is a violent balance of power, one that holds the Serengeti in a state of constant and dramatic equilibrium. Lurking on the periphery of this war is the silent figure of the African wild dog. In the Serengeti, encountering a pack is a rare moment. Classified as endangered, they roam like exiles in their own homeland. Their scientific name, Lycaon pictus, means painted wolf, and each individual wears a unique coat of chaotic black, gold, and white patterns. No two African wild dogs share the same pattern, but do not let that vibrant abstract appearance deceive you. What looks like living artwork is in fact disruptive camouflage, designed to dissolve their bodies into the fractured light and shadow of the bush. They survey their surroundings with massive rounded ears that function like satellite dishes, capturing distant sound signals with remarkable precision, a masterpiece of evolutionary engineering. Silent they may appear, but African wild dogs are the true assassins of the savannah. Lions succeed in only 25 to 30% of their hunts, while African wild dogs achieve success rates of up to 85%. Once the pack commits to a chase, the prey's death warrant is all but signed. Discipline and endurance define their lethal efficiency. The hunt begins at speeds approaching 60 kilometers per hour, and the entire formation sustains that velocity for astonishing lengths of time. They rotate the lead runners seamlessly, one replacing another, in a relentless relay that never stops. The prey does not die from wounds, but from exhaustion, and when death comes, it comes swiftly. African wild dogs consume their kills with astonishing speed, finishing within minutes to ensure they are gone before lions arrive to steal the carcass. Yet the brutality of the hunt stands in stark contrast to the tenderness of their social life. Within the pack, altruism is absolute. After a successful hunt, adults return to the den to feed pups, the elderly, and the injured. There is no fighting over food. Pups always eat first, and even a dog with a broken leg, unable to hunt, will be fed and protected until it recovers. This spirit of cooperation is the glue that holds the pack together, allowing them to survive the immense pressures of their world. But the tragedy of the African wild dog lies in its nomadic existence. Too small to defend a fixed territory against lions or hyenas, survival depends on constant movement. Their home range can stretch across thousands of kilometers. Yet, the Serengeti is shrinking under the weight of human expansion and climate change. With nowhere left to run, these painted hunters are slowly fading into history, leaving behind an unfillable void in Africa's wild tapestry. Within that vast mosaic, if you look closely into the tall grass, another assassin reveals itself: the serval. A small cat balanced on improbably long legs, it appears almost like a mistake of creation. It is a biological design perfected for hunting the unseen. The serval possesses the longest legs relative to body size of any cat on Earth. These limbs act as living stilts, lifting its body above the ground and allowing it to move lightly through dense elephant grass that blinds other predators. Its enormous oval ears function like parabolic dishes, rotating independently through 180 degrees to detect ultrasonic frequencies beyond the range of human hearing. In this sea of grass, sight is useless. The serval hunts by sound alone. It stands motionless, ears constantly adjusting, waiting for the faintest whisper of movement beneath the green veil. They are performing precise audio triangulation, pinpointing the exact location of a mouse moving beneath thick grass several meters away. Once the target is locked, the serval unleashes its signature strike. It compresses its body and launches straight upward, tracing a graceful arc that can reach heights of 2 to 3 meters before crashing down like an air-to-ground missile. The serval hurls its entire body weight onto its front paws, delivering a stunning blow at the exact moment it hits the ground. The impact is powerful enough to kill the rodent instantly, or render it unconscious before it even realizes what has happened. The efficiency of this hunting machine is staggering. The serval achieves a kill rate of up to 50%. 1 life taken for every 2 attempts, the highest success rate among wild cats in Africa. Yet relentless competition in the Serengeti has forced the serval to adapt in extraordinary ways. By nature, cats are creatures of the night, but here, darkness belongs to lions and hyenas. To avoid these dominant predators, the serval has shifted its biological clock, becoming a daytime hunter. It hunts while the lions sleep, exploiting a narrow window of opportunity to monopolize its food supply. And that food supply plays a vital role in maintaining the health of the savannah. Each serval consumes thousands of rodents every year. Without this silent pest control force, rodent populations would explode, devastating grasses and seeds, and stripping the Serengeti of its green foundation. Which predator has impressed you the most? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and keep watching to discover what other hidden assassins the Serengeti has yet to reveal. In a world ruled by giants, small predators must choose one of 2 paths to survive: invisible speed or reckless courage. The black-backed jackal chooses the second. Do not let its modest size deceive you. These are not passive scavengers waiting on the fringes of a feast. They are the most audacious thieves of the Serengeti, bold enough to challenge death itself by stealing meat from the jaws of lions. This behavior is known as active kleptoparasitism. When a pride of lions is tearing into a kill, the black-backed jackal does not retreat. Instead, it charges in with astonishing aggression, a display of cold calculation and nerves of steel. Working in pairs or small groups, they employ a carefully orchestrated diversion. One jackal darts forward, barking loudly and even snapping at a lion's tail or hind legs to draw its attention. As the enraged lion turns to retaliate, the second jackal flashes in like lightning, snatches a chunk of meat, and vanishes into the bush. It is a dance with death, memorized down to the smallest movement. The distance between a full belly and a lethal blow is measured in millimeters. Yet the black-backed jackal rarely loses. It is too fast, too agile, and understands the psychology of its larger rivals too well. Behind this ferocity, however, lies one of the most remarkable family systems in the animal kingdom. Black-backed jackals are devoted romantics. They form lifelong monogamous bonds, defending territory together, hunting together, and growing old side by side. But their greatest achievement lies in how they raise their young. The black-backed jackal employs the helpers at the den strategy. When a new litter is born, offspring from the previous litter choose to stay, accepting the sacrifice of their own breeding opportunities for an entire year to help their parents raise younger siblings. This is a genetic investment strategy. The Serengeti has an extremely high mortality rate for pups due to other predators. The presence of these nanny siblings, guarding the den and bringing back food, increases the survival rate of the litter many times over. The black-backed jackal family operates like a closed, disciplined military unit. And finally, the secret weapon that allows them to thrive while others decline is a superior immune system. The Serengeti is a hotbed of disease. Distemper and rabies frequently sweep across the savannah like storms of death, wiping out entire packs of African wild dogs and even lions. but not the black-backed jackal. Their bodies possess an extraordinary natural resistance. They survive pandemics that kill their larger competitors. They are the ultimate survivors, tenacious creatures clinging to this harsh land through recklessness, loyalty, and a genome of steel. If the Serengeti is a battlefield, then the Grumeti and Mara rivers are deadly gauntlets. Hidden beneath the murky waters is a creature that has existed since the age of dinosaurs, one that has barely needed to change its biological design for over 200 million years. The Nile crocodile, the most patient predator on Earth. When the dry season arrives and the rivers recede, the Nile crocodile withdraws, slowing its heart rate to the absolute minimum. It can hold its breath underwater for up to 2 hours while active and up to 8 hours while resting. It becomes an inanimate log, waiting for the greatest event of the year, the Great Migration. When millions of wildebeest and zebras are forced to cross the river, the Nile crocodile strikes. The crocodile's snap is a masterpiece of hydraulics. Its jaws generate a bite force of up to 5,000 pounds per square inch, 5 times stronger than a hyena, and 8 times stronger than a lion. The impact is equivalent to dropping a small truck onto the prey's body. Once those conical teeth lock shut, nothing escapes. But crocodile teeth cannot cut or chew. Instead, flesh is torn apart using pure physics. This is where the death roll begins. The crocodile clamps down on its victim and spins its body along its longitudinal axis at dizzying speed. The terrifying torque allows it to dismember prey with brutal efficiency. It is a horrifying spectacle, but the only effective feeding method available. After swallowing massive chunks of meat, the Nile crocodile activates another secret weapon, a superacid digestive system. Its stomach secretes acid with an exceptionally low pH, powerful enough to dissolve not only flesh, but bone, horn, hooves, and even steel. This system allows the crocodile to absorb nearly 100% of the nutrients, enabling it to survive for months without food. Yet the life of this cold-blooded predator depends entirely on the sun. On scorching Serengeti afternoons, these ancient monsters lie motionless on the riverbank, mouths gaping wide. This behavior is known as gaping, though menacing in appearance. Thanks to this, their brains are not cooked under the 40-degree heat. But the greatest surprise of this cold-blooded assassin lies not in its strength, but in a mother's heart. The Nile crocodile is one of the very few reptiles to display profound maternal care. After laying her eggs in sandy pits along the riverbanks, the mother fasts and guards the nest for 3 full months, defending her unborn brood against relentless egg thieves such as monitor lizards and baboons. When the eggs finally hatch, those terrifying jaws, capable of crushing bone, become unexpectedly gentle. With remarkable precision, she uses them to softly scoop each tiny hatchling and release it safely into the water. The tenderness of this ancient monster is a striking paradox, a reminder that in the wild, brutality and love often walk side by side to sustain life. The ecological tapestry of the Serengeti is not woven by predators alone. This landscape is constantly reshaped by colossal grazing machines, creatures we call the architects. Without them, the Serengeti as we know it would collapse, swallowed by impenetrable thorn thickets. The African bush elephant is one of these architects. It survives without fangs or claws. Standing up to 4 meters tall and weighing as much as 6 tons, it is a living force of nature. Even the fiercest predators tread carefully in its presence. Scientists classify the African bush elephant as a keystone species. Remove it, and the Serengeti would unravel. To sustain its immense body, an adult elephant consumes up to 300 kilograms of vegetation every day. In doing so, it becomes a walking demolition machine, toppling trees, sapping branches, and crushing dense thickets underfoot. By preventing vegetation from growing too dense, elephants stop the savannah from transforming into closed forest. They tear open the land, allowing sunlight to reach the soil so grasses can thrive. These grasses feed millions of antelope and zebra. Without elephants, there would be no open plains for cheetahs to sprint across. During the dry season, when rivers fade into dust, elephants take on yet another role, that of hydraulic engineers. Using their tusks and dexterous trunks, they dig deep into dry riverbeds to reach hidden underground aquifers. These elephant wells become the only lifeline for countless species. Once the elephants finish drinking, lions, hyenas, and even small birds are able to access this precious water source. Anatomically, the African bush elephant is equipped with 2 extraordinary evolutionary tools: tusks and trunk. Tusks are elongated incisors that grow continuously throughout life. They serve as crowbars for digging roots, weapons in combat, and tools for stripping bark from ancient baobab trees. The trunk, however, is a masterpiece of biological engineering. Containing no bones, it is composed of more than 40,000 individual muscle fascicles. It is powerful enough to lift a 300-kilogram tree trunk, yet delicate enough to pick up a single blade of grass. But physical strength is only half the story. The African bush elephant rules the Serengeti, not through brute force, but through wisdom and connection. Elephant society is governed by a strict matriarchy. At its heart stands the oldest female, the matriarch. She is not the strongest member of the herd, but she is its living library. Within her immense brain lies a massively developed temporal lobe, the region responsible for storing spatial memory. The matriarch remembers the precise location of every waterhole and every safe migration route she has traveled across her 60-year life. During devastating droughts, her memory becomes the survival map for the entire clan. Elephants also communicate in ways humans cannot perceive. African bush elephants use infrasound, ultra-low frequency calls below 20 Hz. These sound waves can travel for dozens of kilometers, penetrating forests and rolling hills. Even more remarkably, elephants listen with their feet. Beneath their massive soles lie fatty pads filled with highly sensitive piscinium corpuscles, capable of detecting faint seismic vibrations. Through the ground, a herd can sense the footsteps of another herd or detect danger from more than 10 kilometers away. They are, in effect, operating an underground communication network. The African bush elephant possesses an emotional life as complex as our own. They experience grief. When encountering the bones of a deceased relative, the entire herd will stop. In silence, they gently touch the skull and tusks with their trunks, paying solemn respect. In the harsh and unforgiving Serengeti, the elephant stands as an embodiment of memory, wisdom, and the enduring soul of the continent. In the heart of the Serranera, there lies a place known as the Retina Pool. From a distance, it appears to be nothing more than a pile of giant gray boulders resting silently in muddy water. But as one draws closer, the overwhelming stench and deep guttural growls reveal the truth. This is no rock formation. It is hundreds of hippos packed tightly together, forming a living mass known as hippo soup. The hippopotamus is one of the most misunderstood animals on Earth. They appear rotund, slow, and almost comical. Yet, in reality, they are among the most aggressive amphibious tanks on the continent. Despite spending most of their lives in water, hippos cannot swim. Their bodies are simply too dense to float. Their solid bones cause them to sink immediately. Instead of swimming, they gallop along the riverbed. Hippos move like astronauts in low gravity, using the buoyancy of water to launch themselves forward in powerful bounding strides. Despite weighing between 1.5 to 3 tons, their dependence on water is driven by their extremely sensitive skin. Under the relentless ultraviolet radiation of the Serengeti sun, hippo skin would crack and dehydrate within minutes. To survive, nature has armed them with a remarkable adaptation. If observed closely, red blood-like droplets can be seen oozing from their skin. This is not blood, it is blood sweat, a mucus secretion containing 2 acidic pigments. One of these compounds, hipposudoric acid, acts both as a natural sunscreen, absorbing ultraviolet radiation, and as a powerful antiseptic. It protects the hippo from infection while they remain submerged in murky waters thick with bacteria and waste. But the true danger of the hippo lies not in its skin, but in its mouth. At the Retina Pool, you will often see hippos opening their mouths as wide as possible. That is the threat yawn. A hippo can open its jaws to nearly 150 degrees, revealing a lethal arsenal. Lower canines up to 50 centimeters long, sharp as razors, and hard as ivory. This is the final warning. If that warning is ignored, the hippo will attack. With a bite force nearing 2,000 pounds per square inch, it can snap a crocodile in two or crush a small boat. They are the deadliest large mammal in Africa. The hippo of the day and the hippo of the night seem like 2 entirely different creatures. By day, they are social beings, gathering in the water to cool off and conserve energy. But when the sun sets, the hippo leaves the water, becoming solitary and sullen. They follow familiar paths, known as hippo highways, to graze. A single hippo can walk up to 10 kilometers and consume 40 kilograms of grass every night. Their role as ecological engineers lies in nutrient transport. They graze on land and defecate in the water. Tons of this organic matter nourish the aquatic ecosystem, feeding fish and insects and sustaining the life of the entire river. And finally, their relationship with their neighbor, the Nile crocodile, exists as a tense peace treaty. You will often see crocodiles sunbathing on the backs of hippos. This is respect rooted in fear. The crocodile knows its limits. An adult crocodile may be the king of the river, but against a furious male hippo defending his territory, it becomes nothing more than a brittle twig. In these waters, size and madness are the law, and the hippo is the supreme judge. If the Serengeti is a colossal living organism, then the wildebeest is the hot blood flowing ceaselessly through its veins. They are the heartbeat that shapes the rhythm of the entire ecosystem. With an overwhelming population of up to 1.5 million individuals, wildebeest constitute the largest animal biomass on the savannah. Viewed from above, their migrating army resembles a river of black ink surging through a sea of golden grass. an unstoppable force of nature. Their first and most crucial role is that of biological lawnmowers. Wildebeest possess broad muzzles, specially designed to graze on short, nutritious young grass close to the ground. Every day, this army consumes over 4,000 tons of grass. This large-scale grazing stimulates the grass to grow back faster and stronger. At the same time, they deposit nearly 500 tons of dung daily, a massive infusion of fertilizer that regenerates nutrients in the arid soil. Without the wildebeest, the Serengeti grasslands would become overgrown, dry out, and grow vulnerable to fire, shattering the food chain at its roots. But the true miracle of this odd-looking creature lies in its swarm intelligence. The wildebeest has no leader. No alpha gives the orders. Instead, they operate as a superorganism. Every movement is decided through collective instinct and the ancient pull of rain. They can smell moisture and phosphorus in young grass from as far as 50 kilometers away. When one starts running toward the rain, millions follow. What appears to be chaos is, in truth, a perfect survival algorithm. In a crowd of millions, the chance of any single individual being taken by a lion drops to an absolute minimum, and their ultimate survival strategy is synchronized birthing. Every February, on the mineral-rich volcanic plains of the South, a mathematical miracle unfolds. Within just 3 weeks, around 500,000 calves are born, the equivalent of 8,000 births every single day. This is the strategy known as predator saturation. Suddenly, the savannah is flooded with easy prey. Lions, leopards, hyenas, and wild dogs feed until their bellies are stretched to the limit. They cannot consume such an overwhelming number of calves in so short a time. As a result, the majority of the new generation survives its most dangerous chapter. The calves themselves are biological marvels, genetically programmed to flee from the moment of birth. A newborn wildebeest can stand within 7 minutes. After just 20 minutes, it can already run with the herd at a steady pace. The wildebeest is a clear winner in the game of evolution. It transforms individual weakness into the immortal strength of the collective. It is the life source, the driving force, and the enduring soul of the Serengeti. If the wildebeest are the diligent workers of this ecosystem, then the plain zebra are its fearless pioneers. They are always the vanguard, pushing first into the tallest and densest grasslands. This pathfinding role is shaped by the zebra's unique digestive system. Unlike wildebeest, which depend on young grass, the zebra is a hindgut fermenter. Its stomach is designed to process old, tough, nutrient-poor grasses. Zebras consume the coarse, straw-like tops, stripping away the surface layer and revealing the tender green shoots beneath, preparing the land for those that follow. Yet their most striking feature, the black and white striped coat, remains one of evolution's great mysteries. When thousands of zebras move together, their stripes create a motion dazzle effect. Black and white blur into a chaotic optical illusion. For a lion, a predator that relies on locking onto a single target, this is like staring at a television screen filled with static. Head and tail dissolve, boundaries vanish, and individuality disappears. Research as recent as 2024 strengthens another compelling theory. Zebra stripes act as a shield against tsetse flies and blood-sucking horseflies. The light-reflecting structure of the stripes disrupts the insects' navigation systems, making it difficult for them to land. In an ecosystem teeming with pathogens, this pattern functions as one of nature's most advanced biological hazmat suits. Beneath that striking exterior lies a disciplined and tightly bonded society. Plains zebras do not live in chaos. They form stable herds, each led by a dominant male, accompanied by several females and their foals. When pursued by lions, the male often runs at the rear or deliberately breaks away, drawing the predator's attention so his family can escape. His primary weapon is the legendary rear kick. A zebra's kick can generate an impact force of nearly 3,000 pounds per square inch, powerful enough to shatter a lion's jaw or break a hyena's ribs. Their vigilance does not fade with rest. Thanks to a specialized stay apparatus in their legs, zebras can sleep standing up, without expending energy to maintain balance. This posture allows them to transition from sleep to a full sprint in an instant, the moment danger announces itself. And to further strengthen their defenses, plains zebras have forged a strategic alliance with the ostrich, a perfect fusion of senses. The zebra brings exceptional hearing and smell, while the ostrich contributes unmatched long-distance vision. Together they become an early warning system finely tuned for survival on the open plains. Conversely, the ostrich possesses large, keen eyes and a commanding height advantage, functioning as a mobile observation tower, though its sense of smell is weak. Together, zebra and ostrich form a comprehensive early warning radar system. If the ostrich suddenly runs, the zebra follows without hesitation. If the zebra pauses, sniffing the wind with visible unease, the ostrich instantly shifts into high alert. This interspecies cooperation makes them among the most difficult targets for any predator hoping to strike by surprise. In the Moru Koppies, where ancient granite boulders rise like fortresses from a sea of grass, lives a relic from a prehistoric world, a creature built to endure, to fight, and to destroy. This is the black rhinoceros. A more accurate name reveals its true biological purpose. The hooked-lip rhinoceros, flexible upper lip, is a masterpiece of evolution. Acting like a prehensile finger, it allows the black rhinoceros to perform precise, almost surgical feeding on thorny bushes. Its preferred food is the whistling thorn, a plant armed with 7-centimeter spikes, hard as steel and sharp as hypodermic needles. Any other animal would suffer a shredded mouth. The black rhinoceros does not. With lip skin as thick as rubber and exquisite muscular control, it weaves effortlessly through the thorns, targeting the nutritious young leaves beneath. When necessary, it simply crushes the thorns with its powerful grinding jaws. Yet the most infamous trait of the black rhinoceros is its explosive temperament. It is the most solitary, suspicious, and easily provoked animal in the Serengeti. A mature black rhinoceros weighs around 1.4 tons, a living block of armored muscle. When threatened, it does not flee. It seeks to eliminate the danger. From a standstill, this 1.5-ton tank can accelerate to 55 kilometers per hour. The kinetic energy unleashed in a charge rivals that of a small truck slamming into a wall at full speed. Lions or buffalo caught in its path are hurled aside or pierced by its front horn, a weapon made of solid keratin. This aggression, however, is rooted not in malice, but in perception. The black rhinoceros sees poorly. Its vision is effective only within 30 meters. Beyond that, the world dissolves into blurred, threatening shapes. A tree, a lion, or a vehicle all appear the same. Uncertainty triggers action, and so the rhinoceros often strikes first. Aggression, in this case, is fear made kinetic. To compensate for weak eyesight, the black rhinoceros has evolved extraordinary hearing and smell. Funnel-shaped ears rotate independently, pinpointing the snap of a twig from afar. Its nose functions like a living supercomputer. The rhinoceros experiences the world through scent. It marks territory with dung and urine, constructing a detailed olfactory map of borders, rivals, and potential mates. The